Hello and welcome to another episode of the Smash Accept podcast. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at Dynasty Dad FF, joined as always by my man at FF Snoog and at Broc Dynasty. Guys, you know what day it is. It's Trade Show Tuesday, baby. We got the blue overlay going, a little bit of a blue theme here instead of the red. Super excited for today's show. You know it's a special trade show when Snoogs gets rid of the hat. He means business tonight. Fresh out the shower, because some of these trades, they're hot, man. It's hot. It's sticky. We're going to get it going.
Had to change it up a little, go without the hat this time. So I'm excited for this one. There's a lot of stuff kind of unwinding and unraveling in the seasons. I don't know the exact numbers, but it seems like less than a month and a half away now. So things are getting interesting, and I'm excited for this one tonight because I do think that we're going to see a lot of Emeka Egbuka, Rashee Rice, these type of guys that are kind of like on the hot seat, kind of on the rise or on the downfall. So I'm excited to see a lot of how the market's changing and fluctuating like it always does. And let's get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and we started putting together some redraft content. We have our top 250. I just got them back. They set them in here. Derek Davis did a great job on them. Top 250 Dynasty and redraft, all broken down into tiers, broken down into values. It's gonna be super sharp. I'm excited to put that out. This is that time of year, Brock, where it's like you start putting together your Dynasty stuff. You start thinking about your redraft, your actual redraft, and then you're like, wait a second, we should be combining these two. They should be getting a lot closer together as opposed to February when there's such a big gap between the two.
Yeah, I know it seems like forever ago, but February, March, April, you're like just trying to get value, doing your rookie drafts. You don't need to set a lineup, but you're almost going to have to start setting lineups here soon. So maybe you do want to go ahead and get an Adams or get a James Conner to fill out your last flex and go and try and compete. Or maybe you're going to try to sell those guys and get picks maybe to see if the value is a little bit more closer to the season. Everybody's itching. Everyone wants to set their lineup and see what it's going to look like. So real excited to jump into this. Training camp is in full swing. Pads went on today for pretty much every single team out there. But along with that comes some injury stuff. So I know there's a lot of people getting carted off and getting banged up. Malik Neighbors, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, stuff like this. So we don't want them to go too crazy and get hurt before the season starts, but it's definitely good to monitor those situations as they arise.
Yeah, and I love these kind of things. I mean, the super chat was in here before we even started the show. At one Dustin Inc. put, thanks for the advice on X earlier today regarding Puka Nacua, Jake Ferguson, Stafford in the 27th third for me to get T-Law and McBride. For the love of the game, here we go. And I love these because on Twitter, I'm always out there just throwing out advice. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to give you guys insight. In the Discord, same kind of thing. And when you guys come through like this was a situation where he was able to, get himself Trey McBride. And I think anytime you can get Trey McBride, you do it. Like Snoog and I were breaking that down yesterday in a bully tight end. Literally, you're going to see multiple Trey McBride deals here, but my man really produced like a wide receiver one. I mean, he was top 10 in every statistical category, actually top 8 in every wide receiver category. So this is someone where if you get that kind of advantage, you get these tight end premiums. We have a lot of tight end premium questions. You got to smash that elite asset. So without further ado, going to turn it over to you, Brock, and let's have some fun. Again, super chats are enabled, so we'll do our normal 5, 10, 15, 20. If we hit all those different ones, we'll go over it as we do, but we know you guys want to get those trades in. So here we go.
All right, let's kick things off without further ado. Trade one here coming from Sean Hunter over in the Patreon. We got one side with a Mike Evans, a mid-first next year, and a mid-first in 2027. Other side's got Ladd McConkey and a 26th third. We started off with a heater, Dad?
We are not ringing the cowbell. Okay, because this was a trade that was offered to him. So shout out to Sean Hunter.
It hasn't been done yet.
One of our newest Discord members just joined this week. He's like, Dad, I got this trade here, and the guy wants Mike Evans, my first and second for Ladd. And I'm like, whoa, no. We are not doing that. Hold on to your 26 first. If that 27 first is mid, there's a darn good chance it's going to be a lot closer to Ladd. So you're getting, at least a free Mike Evans on this one. That's one thing that, when we're in the Discord, Snoog, is we're not just there telling you what trades to make. right? Everybody loves when I give the hashtag smash accept with a bell at the end. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants me to break this bad boy out in the show. But what's really important sometimes is telling you the trade that you should walk away from, and I think most of us are really worried about hitting that smash accept button, getting that trade that we want to do. But sometimes you just got to look yourself in the face and just say, this trade isn't for me. That roster might look sexier starting Ladd McConkey, but in 2025, there's a real good chance Mike Evans puts up the same amount of points, Snoog.
Yeah, I think it's a smash for the Mike Evans side if we can get this done, because you're getting 2 firsts, which is probably what Ladd's worth, probably a little bit more than what he's worth. It feels like a free Mike Evans to me, and he's going to be a guy that you can plug and play next year. And I mean, he's been the reliable for 10 years now of 1,000 yards. So 11. I think there's a real good chance that he goes for 12. Like, he's a stud. So
we got Snoog out here looking like a Greek sculpture, dude. That is awesome.
God. That's so fun.
That's literally where it's at. I love the comments that you guys have been putting in there. Honestly, like I said, we talk about these kind of things. Guys are in here, said, love all the trades. Going to be a good episode. What's up, boys? In the Discord, like I said, this is not a trade. This is a trade you walk away from. And we have a lot of those. If you guys want to join, links right down there below, patreon.com/smash accept. It's been our best month yet in July. You got to be in there in August. You're literally getting everything. Redraft, Dynasty, trade content. We're going to help you with trades. We're going to help you with rebuilds. We just did a show on 1-year punts because a lot of you guys got startups. So that's what we're talking about here. Hey, shout out to this guy at GBergFF. He's been part of the Smash Accept research team. He's been putting together some great content. He's got his own podcast, Blitz Fantasy. Make sure you guys check him out. Now, we got our second super chat here. Good one here from Mostly 12.
All right, Mostly 12 coming through with the super chat. Appreciate it. We got one side with Ginty, a 27 second and 26 third. Other side, Bijan and a 26 fourth. Let's toss out the scraps. Snoog, you taking Bijan or Ginty and a random second in 2027?
This is just so close enough where I just probably want to just keep Bijan because there's no uncertainty. I know I'm so confident Genty's going to be a stud, but the 27 it would need to be 2 seconds for me, or get rid of the second and the third and give me a Cortland Sutton, Devontae Adams, Ridley, Aaron Jones type of player just to make it worth it for me. But they're same tier. I just give the edge to Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs because they're just in much better situations offensive line wise and just overall success. But Genty's a dog. He's going to get there with those guys.
The only risk here is Genty. I mean, Bijan, we already seen what you're getting. He's going to be a top 3 running back. A lot of people believe he'll be the RB1 overall this year, and I don't fault anybody for saying that. If this is a 27-1-2 swap, sure, then you have an idea of why you want to take Genty. 127 second doesn't do it. The 26 third doesn't do it. There's no reason to make this trade. You're literally putting, and Snoog and I believe there's a 99% chance that Genty hits, right? There's a 100% chance Bijan hits. You're not going to miss. That's what you want. You want the sure thing here. Pair of seconds, sure, but that's not something that really gets me going. I'm with Snoog. I want something that if I'm going all in and I'm selling Bijan, I want to do something different. I want to add a second. I want to get a wide receiver. I want to make it where I'm improving a wide receiver or improving a tight end or improving another pick. 3-4 swaps do nothing for me in this game. They really don't. I don't own thirds and fours. Look at my teams. If I'm not punting or rebuilding, I'm not touching those. I'm using them to sweeten up deals and get them done, because I think people value them a little bit too highly.
Yeah. All right. Trade 2 coming from HTX Rep N over on Twitter. We got one side with Snoog's boy here. We got Colston Loveland and a late 26 first. Other side with Nico Collins, Dad. What do we think here with this one? We'll assume tight end premium. Doesn't matter.
It is not tight end premium. It's a late first. I saw the pick. It is 111 or 112. Shout out to you on this one. It's Nico. It's not even close. I sold Colston Loveland share today. I think Colston Loveland is fine, but if you can get something elite like this, you do it. Nico Collins is a league winner. Colston Loveland's not winning your league for you this year. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. There's Cole Kmet's still there. Things are still in line where he's 4th in the pecking order, maybe 3rd if he's lucky. Give me the sure thing when we're talking about going out there and getting Nico Collins.
All right. Next super chat coming in from Kyle. Appreciate it, Kyle. We got a Dynasty half-point PPR Superflex. Should you trade away Hurts, Chuba, and Mixon for May, Hampton, and Brian Robinson? His quarterback right now is Josh Allen. He also has Josh Jacobs. So he's splitting up Hurts and Allen, also pairing him up with Chuba and Mixon for May, Hampton, and B-Rob Snoog. What do we think on this one?
This one's close. I actually remember seeing this one. I probably lean the May and Hampton side, but I think there's a lot of risk going from Hurts to May, but I think it's healthy risk. Like, it's good risk to make for that big tier up from Chuba to Hampton. And at this point, like, Mixon's better than Brian Robinson, but Brian Robinson will hold his own and score like 9 or 10 touchdowns and be decently relevant enough where it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But the difference between Hampton and Chuba for me in Dynasty is like drastic, like by a first plus all day. So that's kind of where it's getting me, where I think if May has a top 10 season like Dad and I think he has under his belt, like if he really runs the ball like he should, and the weapons for the Pats step up, then I think it closes the gap a little bit between him and Hurts. But I don't know. I don't like trading away Jalen Hurts. It's always tough to give up a guy like that. But
I'm not. I mean, like you got a 0.5 PPR, so that does favor the running backs a little bit more. I think if we knew Joe Mixon was healthy, you would not even hesitate to take the Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
If you're an all-in contender, right? This is the type of move where it's like, I'm going to take Hurts and Josh Allen, and I'm going to dominate my league. And then when the season's over, then I'm going to turn Hurts into May plus. You know, that's still going to be there. There's no doubt in my mind that May's going to increase in value, but Hurts is going to be there. If I am middle of the road, or if I'm like fringe playoffs, get me younger at the quarterback, get me younger at the running back, throw in that third one there. I just hate trading Jalen Hurts if you're all in. So Kyle, you know, we always say these, reach out in our DMs as well. Like, I can see this. The value leans ever so slightly to the May side, because I do think the gap between Hurts and May is still a mid first. Hampton's an early first. So is that early first to mid first worth Chuba and Mixon? That's really what it comes down to. So that's a good one. I like that a lot. Wow, the super chats are rolling in here. We've hit 5 already, so we will give away 1 month of basic.
All right, next one coming in from Jared King. Appreciate the super chat here, Jared. He said, you guys helped with a rebuilding trade. It was Bijan, Cup, and a 26 second for Henderson and 2 firsts, one next year and one 2027. How do I cascade from here? Who should I target? Maybe Judkins and what for Henderson now? So Snoog, a little pat on the back for you and Dad. That first trade is awesome, but should he just keep those first in Henderson? He's rebuilding, or should he keep going, cascade, trade Henderson, trade some of those first? What should he do here?
This is actually trade 11 on the docket right here. It is in this one. So this is one that I went over with him in the Discord, but I want to get Snoog's idea here as well.
Yeah, I feel like you're not obligated to trade Henderson because he's a rookie running back, and rookie running backs hit at a high level, especially one of Henderson's caliber. But I feel like some options, if you want to stay in the rookie lane, you could kind of go to Igbuka and maybe try Henderson in a second for Igbuka in a first, or Loveland in a first for Henderson in a second, or Harvey or Caleb Johnson in a first for Henderson. Like, you could venture out into that kind of range, but I honestly like keeping Henderson and selling him when he has a couple big weeks, because he's going to be a PPR machine. If he drops a 30 bomb within the first couple of weeks, you're going to get 2 firsts for him. So then you'll end up netting like 4 firsts out of that and setting your team up for life.
Yeah, Jared, don't do it yet. Definitely don't trade for Judkins. Just don't do it. Henderson's the better talent to start with, so definitely don't try to do that unless you can get, at this point, a 1-2 swap,
first.
and I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You need a first. And then this is what Snoog and I do all the time is we love Henderson, right? But heaven forbid one of the elite wide receivers like Drake London goes down to injury. Somebody's going to need points. They're going to want Hendo. Henderson is going to pop off by week 6. You can write it down. It's going to happen. You're going to have plenty of opportunity to sell him. There's no rush. When you make this trade, if that was a trade for like Christian McCaffrey, okay, we're peaked now, right? But Henderson is going to go up in value, just like Darth Twerk does every single week.
Let's do it. Appreciate you coming through again here, Darth Twerk. He said he got offered a 26 first for Pickens. He should be competitive this year with him. There's no reason to make this trade, right? Dad, do your classic early, mid, late. He's competing.
Right.
Just keep him.
Or he's competing, so it's a late first. So I mean, keep Pickens. You know, if it's a mid first, then I would take.
Well, I
would
don't
take
think it's his. It's not his first coming back. Or
where
is
you're
it?
at is if it's an early first, you're taking the pick, right? Because you're going to
Yeah.
be able to flip it for more. If it's mid, I still think you're flipping it. If it's late, you know, then that's where you're at in a fair situation. If you don't like Pickens, I personally think Pickens is going to be fantastic. But what I would do is go to the rest of the league based off where that first is, Darth, and just say, hey, I'm about to get an extra first here. You know, would you trade me Devontae Adams in a second? Would you trade me, you know, Alvin Kamara in a second? Go through and do your due diligence, because then if you go ahead and you get Devontae Adams in a second for Pickens, then you win. But in this particular situation, I would definitely hold on to George Pickens. He's going to move up in value. Unless that's going to be mid to early, I would stick with Pick.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. I think a 26 first is just a bit too rich. It would have to be penciled in at like the 112 or like 111. But if you can just get, or if it's going to be mid, then I would take it over Pickens. Like, even though I do think, like Dad said, he's going to be great this year on this Cowboys offense, sliding into that vertical role, that outside role with CeeDee Lamb. He's going to score 10, 12 touchdowns like he never got to do in Pittsburgh because he had me and Brock throwing him the football. But I think that there's a good chance Dak throws for 4,500 yards, and George Pickens is going to be a big chunk of that yardage. So if it's mid, smash. If it's early, smash. If it's going to be 111, 112, I'd prefer to just keep Pickens and flip him during the season when he starts balling out.
Yeah. All right. It's not a trade show without Doof coming in, so we appreciate the super chat here, Doof. We got a tight end premium, T-Law Bowers, and a 27 second, or Jaden Daniels and Mark Andrews. Dad, what do we think on this one? A little quarterback tight end swap, second on one side. Which way are we leaning?
This one's hurting Dad's heart.
It's Daniels, but I don't like it. I always say hashtag always Brock. I just, oh, dang. Like when you look at this, I mean, there's a lot to really, is it 0.5? Then that doesn't do much. If it's 0.75 or full second tight end premium, I'm a little bit more bullish on Brock Bowers. This is where you look at in your startup, you got Brock Bowers going 108. Jaden Daniels should be the 102. Like, are you paying a fifth rounder to move up there? I think this is hard. I think the value side is technically on the Bowers, but it's really a matter of what your quarterback's going to get done here. So I think Andrews is going to be fine, especially with, you know, we have rumors of, you know, the other tight end getting banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Likely could be out for a little bit. I think Andrews is due for a bounce back, but let's revisit this one, man. Like
full tight end premium. Would you take it, Dad? Full tight end premium.
2? Oh yeah. 2.
What about 0.75?
0.75, sure.
I think I would.
If this is 10 team, it's Bowers, because then the quarterback dips a little bit. I just think Jaden Daniels, I'm at the point I don't want to do it. But
if it's Kyler or Purdy, would you do it? Kyler, Purdy, Love,
Kyler,
Stroud,
100%.
one of those guys.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
think Lawrence is going to be a tougher sell. I think he's going to have a nice season this year. But honestly, I'm at a point where Jaden Daniels belongs in the 101 conversation. I mean, Josh Allen, this is crazy, right? Since 2020,
He's insane.
19 quarterbacks have finished with 40 plus touchdowns, right? He's 5 of them. No one else has 2. He's 5 of them, man. Like, that's insane. Like,
he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
But Jaden Daniels here is going to be fantastic this year. So I just hate trading him. You know, like I want the quarterback instead of
that's
the
a tough one. All right. He's sending a super chat. Appreciate the super chat, Justo, for Dad's help on the trade he sent in Twitter DMs. So that'll get to you here after the show.
Appreciate you, Justo. These kind of things are like when you guys interact with me on Twitter and you join the Discord, or you interact with me on Twitter and you come on the show afterwards. Like Snoog and I love that kind of stuff. That's what we're here for. I am out there just putting out content all the time just to give you guys the best chance to win. Snoog and I really want to just hear about it. That's what I love about the Discord is at the end of the year last year, everybody's like, Dad, look how many leagues I won. You're like, dude, that's so cool. It's like when your kids put their their art projects on the fridge. Everybody else doesn't care about it, right? You tell your girlfriend, she don't care. You tell your, but yo, dad cares. I'm putting that on
That's
my
a fun
fridge.
comparison. I like that. All right, next super chat coming in from Matt Glore. We got a 1 quarterback start 8. So one of the more shallow leagues we've seen. Should you trade Hawkinson and the 201 for a 26 first? Thank you. What do you think, Dad?
I want Hawkinson in the 201. I mean, like the 201, this is there. If it's early, I think you take a shot at the 26 first. But like 201 in a 1 quarterback league, I mean, I think you're going to get something solid there. Plus Hawkinson, that's worth more than a first to me. I mean, Snoog, you're talking about you're going to get, at worst, you're going to get Luther Burden and Hawkinson. That's worth a first. You know, it's not a sexy move. It's not something you get excited about. But I think you could trade the 201 for a 26 first on the clock. I've done it in multiple leagues, so then it's a free Hawkinson.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not like the biggest Hawkinson fan I used to be before all the injuries, but I feel like he gives you flexibility to go get a Loveland, a Warren, a Kittle, and use that 201 to get you another piece, which I would pay a 26 first for those tight ends I mentioned. Probably want a little bit back for Kittle, but I like that move.
L Train's in the Discord. I like this one.
Next one coming in. Appreciate the super chat here, L Train. We got London and the 106 this year, or Ladd and the 104.
Ladarius.
You're shaking on the Ladd side?
Oh, I'm on the London side.
Oh, no, son. What you talk trash on London or Ladd all the time. The gap between 4 and 6 isn't that big anymore.
It's massive for me.
What?
Cam Ward versus Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, or Amari Hampton. That's a big gap in my opinion.
Just take London and Igbuka, Snoog. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
here?
wait. I mean,
come on now.
That's what I'm doing. But everyone else, I don't know about that. I don't know if they got the it factor like that.
Dude, I think me and Dad are a little shocked here.
Yeah, like this is London handedly for me. Even if it's Ward, I mean, I'm trading for Ward everywhere. I believe
you don't think Ladd can outscore London this year? Like you'd be shocked if he did.
Yeah, extremely.
I wouldn't be that shocked. I'd take London, but I think there's a chance with Herbert.
All right. We'll get back that one, but I'm handedly on the London side. Like I mean, if you told me this is 102 and I have my guy, but I mean 104 to 106 isn't as big as it is. I mean, I have Hunter at 4, but I would rather have Ibuka in London than Ladd and Hunter. I'm back to where we were.
Low key.
Yeah, you would too.
Low key.
Huh?
Low key. All right.
I want to start looking. I want to start looking at the comments because you're going to see some Ladd McConkey stuff here coming in for people to be like, "Yo, Snoog's on the Ladd side. What are we doing here?" All right, let's pull up back to our regularly scheduled program. Love that 9 super chats here. Tons of YouTube comments. I got to let you guys know. Honestly, I read through and I answered 100 YouTube comments. My kids are on vacation. I answered 100 of them in the last 2 days. Like you guys are hungry on there. I love that. So keep those coming. Those are the guys that just keep coming back to the show, like my man Donald Adams here.
All right. This one coming in from Donald Adams, again from YouTube. We got Rashi on one side and Flowers. Seems like there's been a clip about him every day. Matthew Golden. So Flowers or Golden or Rice, Dad? What do we think?
I want Rashi Rice. I really do. I mean, I think the value slightly leans to the Flowers and Golden side, but it's one of those things of like, are you really going to start Flowers and Golden? Probably not. You know, like I think if you're rebuilding, give me the Flowers Golden slightly, but otherwise, if I'm in the middle of the pack, I'm starting to build up. Or actually, even if you're rebuilding, I mean, Rashi Rice is going to not score you points for the first couple of weeks. So I'm going Rice side. What about you, Snoop?
Yeah, I'm going Rice as well. Get the foundational asset locked in. I still wish Dave Flowers wasn't on the Ravens. Like, I wish there was a world where he was a Charger or on a different team.
They're going to lock him up too. So I mean, he's a Raven for life.
Good for the NFL, but not as great for fantasy as we would like.
All right, trade 4 coming from JMB13 over on Twitter. We got one side, pair of rookies here, Tet and Igbuka. Wait a minute. Tet Igbuka and a 4th? Well, the 4th doesn't matter, but
yeah, I was going to say, that 4th got you excited, bro.
Tet and Igbuka for BT.
I know who I'm throwing cherries on top of in trades.
Stu, what do we think here? Taking the rookies or Brian Thomas?
I saw this one on Twitter. It just feels like it feels like the right move market value wise, but it's just like trading a Brian Thomas Jr. caliber player for 2 rookies just feels risky. But I want the rookies because I'm
I want the
risky.
rookies.
I don't fault you for not doing it because it's definitely risky. Like the odds of Tet and Ibuka both being absolute studs is probably not like crazy high.
Mhm.
But if one of them hits big and one of them's just good, then like I think you can win this trade.
I know Tetaroya McMillan is my 2025 BTJ, but like I'm not going to get rid of my former BTJ, to try to get a guy that could be BTJ. Right now, I mean, I think value-wise, most people are probably going to lean on this, but I mean, a month ago, would you have said the 102 and the 106 or 107 for BTJ? You would have said no, right? Like, but you're starting to hear camp buzz about some of these guys, and you're starting to get into that area. If I'm rebuilding, give me a shot on those two. But I'm taking BTJ there. He's a foundational asset. He's 22 years old. He's coming off a monster season, which I think he's actually going to have a better 2025. Like, yeah, Hunter's, if you look closely at camp, Hunter has been playing pretty darn close to 50-50 splits. Like he's playing a lot of snaps on that defensive side. BTJ is going to eat.
All right. Trade 5 here coming from Ham with 3 M's, 7 over on the Patreon. We got one sided with a Josh Allen and Alvin Kamara, or Hurts, JT, and a second. Snoog, where we at with this one?
Josh Allen. I want Josh Allen here.
Always Allen. I know, Brock, you sounded like
you were going to say otherwise
a little bit. No. Always Allen.
What's up?
Like, honestly, I'm taking Josh Allen in pretty much every trade when you can get him. I think the second is not enough to defer me off this, right? I think Jonathan Taylor and Hurts is probably equal to Allen and Kamara. You're getting Josh Allen. He's never finished below QB2. Like, don't get pretty. Now, if you change JT to a wide receiver of equivalent value, a guy that's worth that 104 to 106 range, you throw me one of those guys, I think we're talking a little bit differently. But JT, you're still –
if it's T. Higgins.
Maybe T. Higgins, or I was thinking more – I mean, Ladd wouldn't really be fair, but maybe
Rice,
Hunter, or Rice, or maybe even Ibuka, something that's in that range where I'm like, now I'm getting younger. But here, you're just kind of passing the torch a little bit. So stick with Josh Allen.
Mecca, Ibuka.
All right, trade 6 here coming from Bizzle716 over on Twitter. We got one side with a Marvin Harrison Jr. and a 27 first, or Malik Neighbors. We're just 1 year away, and it's a first apart, Dad. Which side do we like?
It's Malik Neighbors. I'm not even hesitating. Everybody's getting all excited about these Marvin Harrison clips, and the man is separating 2 inches away. Like he's Kyler Murray's throwing horrible passes, like that are not even close to him. You see clips of that. You see clips of everybody's freaking out. You're like, oh my gosh, look at Marv here. I'm like, he didn't separate at all. He had to dive and like one-handed mastermind type catch. Malik Neighbors is a far superior wide receiver at this point. If this is late, it's Neighbors. If it's mid, it's Neighbors. If it's early, it's Marv.
I agree with that. If it's early, it's Marv. If it's top 5, I'd take Marv, but it has to be top 5. Just because there's a little too much risk.
I've seen this all over the place. It's like, and again, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a great prospect, and he had a really solid rookie season. But Malik Neighbors is literally the second coming of Jamar Chase. Like, don't do this. Like, you don't have to. There's no reason for you to do this.
I think if this was like 2015, 2017, Marv would be the better player. Like, you know what I mean? I think he fits like the old NFL better than Neighbors fits today's better, because the old NFL was all go win on the outside, 50-50 jump balls, score a bunch of touchdowns. And that's exactly like Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, Alvin Johnson, just all those big body studs. But now it's all like you have to be explosive, you have to be fast, you have to be able to win at all 3 levels. And Malik Neighbors is like the best in the NFL at all of that. So that's why it's like such a better, like OBJ and Mike Evans is like the comparisons for me. But like Neighbors and OBJ would have been so much better today than he would have been when he was in. And that's crazy to say because he was nasty. But like imagine OBJ in his prime right now, how nasty he would be. Like it would be ridiculous. So that's kind of how I juggle the two of them. But
That one's fun. It's almost like a do-over. I'm assuming they probably took Marv over Neighbors. Hey, I'll send my late first and get the better guy a year later. I mean, I would do it. My late first, throw it, get to
I
redo
had a
that
trade
pick.
where I moved from 102 to 104, and I
Last
got
year?
and I got a first added to it, right? So then I took Malik at 4 because Daniels went 3 and Marv went 2. And the funny thing
wow.
was now he's offering me a first to do it back. So technically it would be like
Marvin
two
two
firsts.
firsts. Yeah.
I'm taking Marvin the free first. I don't need to re-gamble this thing. You know what I mean? Like it's house money. You gave me that free first. I'm going to take it. That's why it's so much better to insulate when you're doing that. So, all right. Mitchell Mayberry's back.
All right. Mitchell coming through with the super chat. Appreciate you, Mitchell. He said we got an 8-team start 8, 1 quarterback league. He has London, Marv, Tet, Rome, and Igbuka at receiver. Running backs, GT, Henderson, Judkins, trio rookies there. Bunch of lottery running backs like Jaden Blue. Should he try to package his first and Caleb to upgrade at quarterback? His first is most likely early with his young squad. That team should put up a decent amount of points this year. I don't know how early it'll be, but it sounds like his only quarterback, it's one QB, is Caleb. Should he try and upgrade Dad? Because it seems like that's really the only position he needs to upgrade at right now.
I would probably go, if I'm going to do this, now an 8-team league, start 8, right? You need to have studs. Mitchell, you got to have the best of the best, right? And Caleb Williams is a foundational quarterback. I think he's going to probably finish somewhere in the top 12, but he's not going to win your league for you. Like, I don't think he's going to win your league for you this year in those kind of situations. So if you're really, hell-bent on going ahead and trying to tier up from him, I would go ahead and make an offer to try to get one of the elite guys at that 1 quarterback league, someone young like Jaden Daniels, where I have no problem taking one of the assets you have here. I mean, for me, the biggest thing I would offer is Caleb and Judkins for Jaden Daniels and get another running back, get something there. Try to go at the angle of a guy who's rebuilding. He's going to want a younger quarterback. He's going to want a running back that might get suspended. But your wide receivers are elite. Like, you have 5 legitimate wide receivers. You have 2 fantastic running backs, and then Judkins on top of there. The lottery running backs, you're going to be surprised how many of those guys hit. But Snoog, I'm not packaging my first to get on top of Caleb. I would kind of like see with how young this team is, see how everything starts, see what Caleb looks like in that offense. But for me, if I'm going to do it, I got to get Jaden Daniels. I got to get someone who's going to be young and crazy upside. And who above Caleb, Daniels is the only guy who's younger.
I was going to say,
and gives you more upside. It's Daniels, and Daniels is going to win you your league, but there isn't much else that
Caleb
you want to gear up to.
Caleb could too. That's the thing. Like, there's like you said, young. If you want young elite upside, it's like Caleb, Daniels, and May. Like, those are really the only 3 guys like under 24 that you can rely on for like elite upside with their rushing ability and stuff. Yeah, of course, Caleb's not going to look like he's 100% when he's in a brand new installed offense, which is not an easy offense to learn. In Ben Johnson, there's a ridiculous amount of nuance in that type of offense with all new weapons. Like, it's going to take him the whole offseason. That's the whole point of the training camp, the offseason, getting things figured out, picking up the offense, getting into a rhythm with that offense, learning all the, pre-snap audibles and stuff like that, learning the defense. Like, there's a lot going into it. This team's loaded out the gills for long term, especially with that youth. Stay where you're at.
Yeah.
Keep that first. Hold on to it tight. It could be, you said it's going to be early. It could be Jeremiah Love next year, and that could be another elite running back. You package up with 3 more elite running backs. So stay put. I like the team.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mitchell, hit us up in the DMs if you have any more questions. Really appreciate the super chat.
All right, trade 7 here coming from Jim Byers over on YouTube. We got one side with Justin Jefferson, other side London and the rookie 105 this year. I know we kind of talked about that range earlier, but just to put a couple names to it, Dad, what do we think here on this one?
So here's the deal, and this is something, again, where it's a matter of if you got to trade and you want something to look at it. He was debating trading Jefferson for London in a second. I said, no. We're not doing that, right? London could be really good. Then we got to this, and now I'm like, add another second, and it's done, right? Like, I think this is fair, honestly, because I think by the end of the season, Drake London, I believe, is 23. Jefferson's 26. So you got that 3-year gap. Travion Henderson's going to be a dog. Like I think if you get Henderson, and then the other nice part about that is you get to the 105, you get Travion Henderson, and then on the clock you trade back to the 108 and get Warren or Ibuka and get another first, or you do something there. It gives you more ammunition. I think the gap between the two is a mid first. That's what this is. If you're selling studs, you don't want to sell it for market value. You want to get that added increase. For me, a second gets it done. Snoog?
Yeah, I like it. I think in a rebuild, it makes sense. I never ever like trading Justin Jefferson unless I'm like full blown rebuilding and I want to, build out and get a bunch of assets. But London is going to be a dog. He's young. He's a stud, and you're going to get another young stud there at the 105. It's just a nice 2-for-1. I think I want a second, like you said, Dad, or a piece like a Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison type of player added in, or George Pickens or Jerry Jeudy, just someone worth just less than the first, and then I'll give a second back too. But that's something I want.
100%. Hey, we are up to 10 super chats, so we will be giving away one basic month, one VIP. If we hit 15, we'll be giving away a second VIP here. So let's go ahead and let's hit this one up by my man. I love this Twitter name.
Teddy Bear. This one coming from Teddy Bear over from Twitter. We got one side with Dak Prescott, Tet, a 27 first. Other side with Baker and Garrett Wilson. Throw this one here to you, Dad. What do you think?
So this is a late 27 first. Okay, just to clarify. So the interesting part for me is Garrett is slightly over Tet, right? But I think Baker's considerably over Dak. When you talk about, he just got another contract year. Like they just added to his contract just for peace of mind. Dak Prescott 6 months ago, you could not get a 110 for him. You couldn't trade him at all, right? He's one big injury away from kind of being that way. Baker's been fantastic. I do lean the Dak and Tet, but I mean, if these are the final pieces of the puzzle, man, I have a really hard time not trying to upgrade from Dak to Baker. Baker's on back-to-back top 5 quarterback seasons. He's done it before. He's had 1 million offensive coordinators. I believe he's had like 8 of them in 8 years or 8 and 9 years or something like that. It's insane. So he's still going to put up monster numbers. I have a really hard time making this deal, if I'm the Baker Garrett side, but I do think the value is slightly on the Tet and Dak side, but so's the risk.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely on the Tet side as well. I feel like there is risk with Dak, but I feel like in terms of like ceiling and like upside and the type of player they are, Dak and Baker are like the same thing, and they both have elite weapons. Like CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, like he's got it. Baker's got it. They both have like 5K upside and like 30, 40 passing touchdowns. I mean, Baker just did it. Dak's done it multiple times. So I feel like they're just a wash for me. They're both like 30 plus years old. There's a lot more risk with Dak's injury, but like if Dak stays healthy, and there is an if, they're both like the same player to me. And I think that Tet and a 27 first over Garrett is like the big win for me on that side.
Yeah.
See, the interesting thing there is trying to put those two guys together after what we just saw in 2024 is Baker was elite. Dak Prescott was trash, like literal trash. The offensive line is still bad. That's where I'm at on that one. That's why I struggle to try to get that on there. So we just got Trey super chat number 11 here. Let me pull that one up. Mitchell did his, and right after that, here we go.
All right. Appreciate the super chat here, A Chase. We got a lot of 8-team here questions tonight. So 8-team, start 9. He bought into the Hampton and Chase Brown hype. He gave Bucky Jacobs and a 26 second. He has JT and Kamara right now. So he now has JT, Kamara, Hampton, and Chase Brown. Did he overpay? Is he dumb? He wants to know. So Hampton, Chase.
Wants a little validation on this one.
Bucky Jacobs in a second, Dad. Where we at?
JT's elite. Kamara, you got a fantastic guy. I think Chase Brown's, let's just be honest, he's going to be a league winner this year. I think I want Chase comfortably over Jacobs. I want Hampton over Bucky. The 26 second is not enough to sway me off there. So, I mean, at the end of this year, you're getting 2 running backs that are going to increase in value. Bucky could, but I think he's at his peak value. And I think Josh Jacobs is also at peak value. So I think that second, if it's late, given what you have here, I don't see a problem with that trade at all. I really like the Hampton and Chase side. And Snoog and I just did a show where we talked about, our locks to increase in value, the guys that we're looking at in camp. And one of the biggest winners for me right now has been Chase Brown. They want to funnel that offense around him. I'm buying him wherever I can.
Yep, absolutely agree there. 2 young stud running backs. I think Chase Brown outscores Bucky. I think Hampton has a good chance at outscoring Bucky if he starts from day one. I love Jacobs, but he's a vet. And
I was going to say that. I was going to say Chase Brown's going to outscore Bucky too, but I thought that
he's 100% gonna.
No one's going to be in that camp.
They're like the same thing, but Chase Brown's at a better offense in my opinion with Burrow and Chase.
And I think this Najee Harris not showing up anywhere, wearing the glasses, like 95 degrees, wearing jackets
hoodie on,
up over
glasses.
This is real, man. This is real. Like,
yeah,
go get whoever the next handcuff is going to be available in that offense, because I don't think we see him anytime soon.
Update from A Chase in the chat. He said I can sleep well after
good
validation there.
Hey, we're here to help you guys rest easy. I say that to guys in the Discord all the time. Is people will be like, they'll send me a trade and they're like, Dad, I know what I should do on this one, but I'm like, no, you're right. So like sometimes you always wanted that buddy who you could just text and be like, should I make this choice? Shouldn't I make this choice? Yes, we're here to do those kind of things. So I love that.
All right, next one coming in from O Damager over from Patreon. We got one side with London and Mixon, other side Igbuka, Kyron, and a late first. Snoog, where we leaning?
Dad's not going to like who I want.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm going to. You're going to pick Igbuka, Kyron in the first, and so am I.
I am. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, here's
shake the cowbell.
Mixon scares me a lot, right? And in this particular trade, I think Igbuka and a first are really close to London, but Kyron's considerably over Mixon. I mean, Mixon scares the heck out of me now. Kyron's going to be he's number 1 in the NFL in touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. It's going to happen. Like I think most people would say you need another second on there, but I think Kyron's undervalued. So I like this one a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
Here from Matt Galore. Give me 1 second here. Matty G.
Matt Galore's also been responding in the chat, which is great too. Because sometimes we'll cover a trade and then you can also see other people what they're saying in the YouTube chat. So you guys can talk in there. Love that. So Matt, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you being here and being active in the chat. So we got a super flex 12 by 12, rebuilding, tearing it down to the studs. He only has CD left. What's his value in this format? He was offered the 107 this year and a 2028 first from bottom 4 team. Again, it's quite a bit out, but 12 team, start 12. So pretty deep. What were we thinking on this one, Dad? What would be his value in something like this?
My ideal move when I'm getting rid of CD Lamb is I got to have something the tier below of London, McConkey, Jigba, Marv, Wilson, Tet, Hunter, Rice, Rome, or Igbuka. Or I need to have a 27 first that I know I'm going to be able to build around. So I would not do it for the 107 and a 28 first. If you're rebuilding, a 28 first does you no good, Matt. Like that's so far out. Like the 107 is not a lock. You're going to either get, you might get in this one. I think you do get Igbuka or you get Cam Ward, which is nice for your rebuilding team. But I think the gap between 107 and CD Lamb is more like a mid 27 first rather than potentially a top 4 28 first.
Real quick, he just dropped in the chat. He was offered Rome and 2 firsts, but it was from a pretty stacked team. Rome and 2 late firsts.
That's 100%. Too much for CD.
Because late firsts become mid first. You know what I mean? And like on the clock, if they're 226 firsts or 227 firsts, I'd much rather have that because I want Rome over the 107 and I want a pair of firsts over a potential early 2028 first. That's too far away. That's too people get mad at me for projecting 2027s. Which I know I have a pretty good track record of doing, but 2028, geez, that's way out there. So for me, Rome fits that build of a guy that I'm trying to tear down to. And 2 firsts, I don't care if they're late. Snoog, like late firsts, even in this draft, you were getting Ibuka and Warren. If you trust what we're giving you guys where you're getting Caleb Johnson, you're getting Warren, you're getting Loveland, you had a lot of great shots. And even next year, you're going to get nice players or you're going to be able to trade them.
I was just going to say, I actually have someone in a league where I have a pretty real good team. I have like Neighbors, AJ Brown, Travis Hunter, Tet, DJ Moore. That's like my wide receiver core. Got great running backs, QBs. And the guy with CD's rebuilding and offered me CD Lamb for DJ Moore and my 26 first, which will be late, and a 26 first that I have. That's probably going to be top 5 to 6, probably like top 4 to 5. And it's been sitting in my inbox, and I don't want to pay that for CD. I'm like, I would rather just go get Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson at that point if I can. But it's
I don't think
tough.
you're going to get them for DJ and 2 late first, though.
One's going to be top 5.
Oh, one's top 5. Okay, I see.
We got to get Snoog's. We got to get his hat back, man. Like that's a superpower. You know what I mean?
That's where he gets cap.
That's where he gets his trade value ideas. I love it.
All right, next super chat coming in from Snow Show 15. Appreciate it here, Snow. We got one side with a BTJ and a second, 3 years out. What's up with people sprinkling them in? You know what happens? They traded their 26 and 27 already.
Yeah, they got nothing
left. Fuck it. Just take the 28 one at this
point.
point, just to make it look like you're getting. So Brian Thomas Jr., 2028 second for Igbuka, Kyron, and the 2027 first. So this is similar to what we just saw, except instead of Brian Thomas, it was London, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I can get a first for Kyron, I'd do it.
So Igbuka and 2 firsts?
I'd smash that all day.
What were you thinking, Dad?
Brian Thomas is not worth 3 firsts.
What was exactly? What was the trade before where we were talking about BTJ?
It was the BTJ one.
Tet.
Yeah, we had
Tet and
Tet and Ibuka.
Tet and Ibuka.
So
I think I'd take Kyron in the first.
Would you rather have Tet or Kyron in the first? I think I'd rather have Tet. So like for me,
yeah,
I think I'm still leaning BTJ if that's truly late, but it's close. You know what I mean? Like if this is one of those teams where you're trying to stay relevant and you want because it's a mixed bag, right? Like Ibuka's he's not a win now asset. Kyron Williams is that late first. You know, Ibuka could be. BTJ surely is. So I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag. But if I'm doing this and I'm all in, then I'm going to take the Ibuka side and I'm going to take that 27 first and I'm going to buy a Derrick Henry and go win a championship. You know what I mean? Just like instantly change the entire room. And then I have my young wide receiver. I've got 2 dog running backs to go win it all. I just hate trading BTJ if I'm not getting. Yeah. Well, we just talked about similar trade there with CD Lamb. You want to get the overpay. I think it's fair.
All right. Next one coming in from Gilliam. Sorry if I butchered that here, Gilliam. Appreciate the super chat. We got a 12-team super flex, half-point PPR, start 10. It's pretty standard here. Half PPR, though. T. Higgins or Chase Brown? Pick your Bengals, Snoog. What do we think? Half PPR.
If there's like this is a theory, like who scores more points this year? I think that's Chase like Brown. A big game, right? Like I think
and in half PPR, this doesn't change.
Last year though, but
yeah, it's like half PPR doesn't change much because Chase Brown does a lot of his damage. I think Chase Brown's going to put up 15 touchdowns this year. So, like, I have T. Higgins worth more in Dynasty. I think you really got to look at your team need here. Like, I think T. Higgins has a little bit more longevity. Chase Brown's your league winner. If you're talking about T. Higgins as your wide receiver 4, I'm taking Chase. If you're talking about Chase as your RB3, then I'm taking T. And I think sometimes it's got to be that specific. Value-wise, though, it's T. Higgins.
Better get Taj Brooks as that handcuff. Zach Moss is Dunsky.
This is Steve-O Luddy. You're better with the names there, Brock. But he said, I'm about to trade London in an early first for BTJ and Higgins. BTJ has superstar potential. It's so hard to trade a guy like BTJ, right?
Do that.
Yeah.
What's that?
He does have superstar potential, but I wouldn't trade London in early first for him.
I think he's going to kill it because you're getting Higgins back, though. I think that's the spot there. The early 26 first isn't like trading an early 27. You know what I mean? Where are we at here? Let's pull up to. All right. I love this. We did footy balls, so we're gonna do my trade. Here we go.
Oh, this one coming from Dino Fisherman over on Sleeper. We got a 0.75 tight end premium format. One side with Loveland, second and third next year. Other
Those are
side
late.
with Kelsey and a random 27 first. So this was Dad's trade. We'll know what
I
side
already
he's
was.
leaning.
I already
Snoog,
know
which side do you lean?
We talked about this today. I lean slight Loveland because the 0.75 tight end premium, but I don't fault for taking that 27 first. It's just juicy, but I truly think Colson Loveland within the next 2 years is going to be in the same tier, like a mini tier right below Bowers and McBride. It's going to be those two, and then Loveland, and then everybody else.
All right.
I truly
Broc,
think that.
I'm going to let you be the tiebreaker on this one. This is the context. All right. I am coming out of my rebuild. I have an absolutely loaded roster, multiple 26 first, multiple 27 first, a little bit on the young side. On this particular trade, the guy that I'm trading with, the roster looks like this: Henry, Kamara, Moore, Evans, Montgomery, Swift, Tua, Jalen Hurts, and the best guy, and Devontae Adams. So I'm looking at this as I'm giving him Loveland, but I feel like when you make an investment, we talk about 2027 class, when a team's older, there's a lot of potential to
There's
to
two
swing in a
whole
certain
seasons
way.
that need to be played before those picks, and all those guys are 30, north of 30.
That's why I listed it as random. I'm leaning towards mid. If it's mid, I think it's in that spot. Kelsey's the tricky part. The way I look at it is I gave up Loveland for a random 27 first. How many tight ends? I got to ask both of you guys this. How many tight ends are worth more than a mid 27 first right now?
Like
Two.
Barely
Two. It's two.
Yeah.
Right? Snoog, if you had the 27-105 or Sam Laporta.
You know me and Sam Laporta.
27-105 or Colson Loveland.
Yeah, it's only
I
two.
take the 27-105, but I
Right,
like
so
Loveland over Laporta.
Yeah, no. That's what I get is like, I'm going to put a thread out later here where 26 first, mid 26 first, I want Warren, I want Loveland, I want, Laporta. And there's five guys there. But if you're talking a mid 27 first, there's only two guys that are worth more than that pick. Like, that's how good these 27 firsts are really going to be worth. Like, people, I saw someone the other day, they traded theirs for TJ Hawkinson. And I'm like, ew. Like, you don't really understand what this could be. Like, this is like sorry, I get mad. I don't get mad at this trade, though, by Raider XAV. New to the show.
Raiders Ave. Appreciate the super chat here, Zave. We got JD5 on one side. Other side, Flowers, Darnold, Milrow. So we got a little Seahawks stack there, QB.
Okay.
Main meat and potatoes of it, 26 first and 27 first.
What you got here,
Smash
Snoop?
the JD5 side.
Yeah, you get the cowbell, new guy to the show. Unless those are early, and then I have no idea why you'd be trading them. It's Jaden Daniels here. This is where you polish up that turd sandwich with a late 26 first, late 27 first, and you get the most electric quarterback at his age in the game. So, I mean, Jaden Daniels, I know we talk about he's worth 4 firsts. This isn't 4 firsts. I mean, this is kind of 4 firsts, but none of them are those firsts that you want to build around, right? Like, Jalen Milrow would have to hit hard for this to actually pan out. Yeah. Love this one here.
Like hard.
All right. Next super chat coming in from D. Appreciate the super chat here, D. He said, thanks, Dad. Always coming through with clutch advice on the startups and the DMs. Snoog and Al always answering trade advice. Smash family, let's go. Can't wait for redraft.
Dude, I love that. You're getting the cowbell on that one. There are guys that are in the Discord that are like, you could tell that they are using it to its full potential. I know you're one of them where, when you're on the clock, you're asking your questions. When you're making your trades, you're asking your questions. And Snoog and I have been saying this for a couple of weeks now is like, I have a financial advisor and I ask him questions about all my assets, right? Why not do that for fantasy football? You can go ahead. You can ask us what's going on. You can do things like Justo here where he said, you're all about to review one of my leagues and I'm in a Champions League. Snoog and I have been doing roster reviews. We're grinding like crazy. I told these guys before the show even started, I was up till 1 a.m. answering questions last night. I have a full-time job. I have kids. I have all kinds of stuff, but I'm here. I love this stuff, man. Like Snoog does as well. That's why we're out here grinding for you guys. And these kind of comments, Snoog, honestly, it literally makes my day. Like this, and shout out to I gotta tell the story quick. I was out you guys know I'm a restaurant manager, and I had an upset customer, and I come out, he found hair in his food. So I go over and I'm starting to explain things and how this could have happened, et cetera, et cetera. And I turn around and guy goes, yo, is that you, Dad? He's like, yo, it's the Dynasty Dad, right? Like, so I'm out there and we just start talking fantasy football and it was awesome. He's like, you're Mike? And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? You know, like we sat there, we chopped it up, we talked Dynasty, we talked life for a good 15 minutes. And it was like, that made my day. Like this kind of stuff really is what Snoog and I are out here to do, to try to help you guys win, to try to help you guys get your fantasy teams out there. So you guys have the bragging rights like Snoog and I have. Like we literally, our home leagues, they don't want to play with us anymore because we keep taking their money. So we want you guys to be in that same spot.
All right. Next trade coming in here from Ty Tim over on Twitter. A little tongue twister there. We got one side with May and Hampton. Other side, GT and Bo Nix. Snoog, I'll kick this one your way. Which side do we like?
I want Genty and Bo Nix here all day. All day.
Yeah, baby. He asked me if A-Chain and Nix would get it done, and I said, there I'm actually leaning the May side. Genty and Nix, though, give me that all day long. I love this trade. The gap between Genty and Hampton is actually a lot larger than the gap between Bo Nix and Drake May. Like, when it's all said and done, both of them have top 12 upside at quarterback this year, but I could see Bo Nix outscoring Drake May again. Like, for what it's worth, if you can get Bo Nix in a first for May right now, which I think you can, do it. Like everything that Sean Payton is doing is trying to surround this guy with weapons, trying to surround him. Drew Brees has been mentoring him. Like they're literally doing everything possible. You talk about the right situations versus the wrong situations. I mean, like Caleb Williams went into a trash situation with horrible coaching, poor offensive line. And then we're in that. Bo Nix, he gets Sean Payton. He has a good offensive line. Now they start to put some more weapons around him. It's all about the system. So I love that.
Yeah. Next trade coming in from Jack McKee over on Twitter. We got one side with Amon-Ra, other side Marv, and an early 27 second. Snoog, where are we at with this one?
It's still Amon-Ra for me.
Got to be a first, right?
I think that gap gets closer after this season, but it needs to be a 1-2 flop for me, or it's a piece worth more than a second.
Hold on, we got a slight malfunction here, so give me 1 second. The show was too hot. Got a little going. All right, yeah. It's like the 108 is the gap for me right now. Like it's got to be a first. It's not quite a mid first. It's not quite a late first. It's like in that mid-ish range. Looks like we got a couple more super chats as we went through there. Love it. Doof is back. Yo, hey, that's to my dude Broc.
Appreciate it, Doof.
Hashtag still alive. Hashtag never forgotten. Yo, Broc, you are the guy that makes this trade show work. So we appreciate
it,
you.
Doof.
You know what I mean? Broc is the guy. Snoog and I are doing things in the Discord. Broc is the unsung hero behind the scenes, putting out all the YouTube content, putting out absolute, amazing edits, the thumbnails. He does it all. So if you guys aren't following him on Twitter, make sure you guys do at Broc Dynasty. He is almost at 1,000 follows. That's criminally way too low. So that should be much higher.
Appreciate it, Dad.
All right, where are we at here?
I think we are on
18?
15.
Ooh-wee. We're gonna have to crank every week. It just keeps. I list. I was like, I'm gonna list more this week. I'm gonna and I'm like you're like, no, we can't do it. Give me a second. All right, there we go. We're gonna have to crank through these next couple.
Well, we'll go back to 15 after this one. This one coming from a Colossal Tighten Up over in the Patreon.
Sorry, we got 15. Go ahead.
All right, Jay Bond from the Patreon's asking one side Hampton and Puka, other side Jefferson, Hawk, and Jarquez Hunter snuck his way into there. Dad, which side do we like?
Hampton and Puka. I think Jefferson and Hawk is nice, but Puka's a lot closer to the Jefferson than people want to admit. I am worried though with the Matthew Stafford back injury. Like I might try to flip this, but I mean I do think Hampton's the truth there. Snoog, you gonna take that Hawk Jarquez? Is that enough?
Yeah, I want Hawk and Jefferson. It's just slightly off for me. I think if it was BTJ or Amon-Ra or CD, I would do it. But
yeah,
I'm just nervous with Stafford and then Puka.
It doesn't matter.
Injuries
they're on the same
too.
team. I don't know if I want a receiver tight end.
That's what made it ugly for me, is I was like,
both with McCarthy, it's like it's a little too.
You got
much
an RB1 who's going to increase in value, and you got Puka. It's a close one.
Yeah. All right. Super chat coming in from PF Tiger 7. Appreciate the super chat here, Tiger. He said, "My dudes was just offered Herbert, Rashi, Harvey for Kyler, Marv, Monty. His current quarterbacks are Kyler, Caleb, and Bo. So should he keep Kyler, Marv, and Montgomery, or trade for Herbert, Rashi, and Harvey? Snoog, what do we think?"
Yeah, I think there's a lot of dissecting here. But I personally think you got to go with Marv's side. I think Kyler, Marv stack, like if they do put it all together, I think things will get lethal. But the reason why I'm saying to keep Marv and Monty here is because we don't really need Kyler to begin with. Like we have Caleb and Bo Nix already. Take Kyler, flip him, go get a cornerstone wide receiver asset. Go get JSN, Garrett Wilson, Lab McConkey, one of those type of guys, Ted McMillan, one of those guys, pair him up with Marv. Then you get two foundational assets there. Mm-hmm. And then you get a rock solid touchdown score machine in David Montgomery. So
you guys know how
I play that out.
You know, I don't try to have three elite quarterbacks. I'm definitely not trying to upgrade one of these quarterbacks. Like you have 3 top 12 quarterbacks. Like, I think I would stick with Kyler and Marv here. You know, I don't see a point where I would be trying to go out there and buy Rashee Rice in this particular trade, because Herbert, as much as I love him, it's not really an upgrade from Kyler. It's not. Like, it's longevity maybe, but like Kyler's going to finish higher than Herbert this year. You know, you have a spot where you're tearing down off of one of these guys, and then you're upgrading somewhere else, like Snoog said. So I'm out on this one. You know, another guy in the Discord does awesome work. Honestly, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Yo, love this one. He says it's the trade show trio. A lot of guys are really starting to, you know, pay attention to the trade shows. They're coming out. They're making it a staple on Tuesday. So we appreciate that. Colossal Tighten Up. This one's fun. I'm gonna take the chair here a little bit, Brock, because I want to get some of your opinions. You know, like you do such a great job with the show. I want to get some of your opinions because I don't think people understand how smart you are when it comes to fantasy football and dynasty as well. Brock Bowers in the 26th third, or Kelsey Lamb. And from what he showed me, this is the 111 or 112. So this is a late first. What do you like here?
I mean, I'm still taking the Lamb in first side.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as much, if this is Lamb and a first, it's still Bowers, right? So you're getting basically Kelsey for a third. I like that one a lot. Snoog, the next one goes to you here. Trade 17 from Alex Fuller on Twitter. This is a non-tight end premium. It's McBride, Tracy, and a late 27 first, or Kittle, Diggs, and Hall.
This is McBride all day long.
That's what I said.
You know, I love Breece Hall, and you know I love Kittle, but McBride in a late first, even if it's late, I like it.
Would you? I mean, what? Tracy and McBride or Kittle and Hall? I still want McBride. Like I would flip Tracy for something else, but that first is way over Diggs, or however you want to look at it. Like that first should not.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Really, if you asked me this last year, like before the season, like with the Breece Hall hype, remember how like he was like a second round starter pick? Like people would have been like, "Holy crap, you're crazy! It's Breece Hall over that whole package," and now it's the opposite.
100%. Brock, next one here, trade 18 from Low Zero on the Patreon. Fun guy. I've talked to him quite a bit. We kind of constructed this trade here. Amarion Hampton, and I know in the group chat between all of us, you were like, that's a banger right here. But Hampton or Derrick Henry, Tank Dell, and a pair of thirds.
This is one of the clearest ones I've seen. If you're competing, maybe get Henry, but it's Hampton all day.
Hampton regardless for me.
The gap between Henry and Hampton.
If you want to go win a ring, though, it would have to be like Dell and 2/3.
It's a late first. It's a late
Dell
first.
And 2/3 aren't getting it done.
Maybe 2 seconds, possibly, but I think that's even there. Snacks from the Patreon. This is someone we interact with on a daily basis. That's one part I really like, is getting to know these guys. Snoog, AJ Brown and Jordan Love, or your boy Michael Penix, Jerry Jeudy, and a 26 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is AJ Brown and Jordan Love by a mile, literally by the size of the Great Wall of China. That's how long of a smash that is.
There we go. Brock, EWAP13 from the Patreon wants to know Lamar, AJ Brown in a second, and this one's fun, or JJ McCarthy, Marvin Harrison Jr., a late 26 first and a mid 27 first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna still take Lamar and AJ Brown here.
Snoog, what do you think on this one? Because this one's interesting to me, right? Like, can we say AJ Brown in the mid first cancels out?
Yeah.
I mean, or Marvin AJ Brown. We just take Marvin AJ Brown. So now you talk about JJ McCarthy and 2 firsts or Lamar in a second. I think the gap is 2 mid firsts still between them.
I'm taking AJB in the second out with Marv. I think there's like a second gap.
This is a trade you can get done, though, I believe. If you
I'm taking Lamar.
Yep.
I want Lamar over McCarthy in those 2 firsts all day.
Same
all
thing.
Day, but
last one for the show here, Snoog. Arnilde from the Patreon. Mixon at 26 first and a 27 first.
Mixon.
Or A-Chain in a second.
Mixon side. I'm taking the risk and getting 2 firsts.
I'm worried about Mixon, but the 2 firsts is equal to A-Chain. So basically you're grabbing a cheap Mixon there. That's an awesome one there. That's a perfect pairing. You know what else is a perfect pairing? DraftKits.co. You guys go over there, check out their draft boards. We gave away one. We're going to send it out here this week, but code DAD25 will get you 10% off. Next week, we will be giving away that 3rd and final draft board. So we're excited to kind of do that. I'm excited because we're 1 super chat away from 20, which means we would give away 3 VIP Patreons. We've given away 2. We're going to give away the basic. Snoog, get that ready to go. And
while he's doing that, we got a buzzer beater here from A Chase with one more super chat coming in.
Oh, nice.
We ready? Whenever you are.
All right, let me get down to A Chase here.
All right, I'll start reading it. Appreciate you sliding back through here, A Chase, with another one. He said, back again, 8-team, start 9. He got offered Ladd and Henderson for Puka and Kamara. Ooh. Right now at receiver, he's got Puka, Nico, JSN, Rashi, Puka, Downs, Jawan Jennings. Should he take this? So he'd be moving Puka and Kamara, getting Ladd and Henderson. Dad, what do we think?
That's really hard because, I think the gap between Henderson and Kamara is a lot bigger than that gap between Ladd and Puka. So I want Ladd and Henderson. I really do. I think Henderson's you're going to be shocked at how good this kid is. Like, he is going to win you leagues. And I think by the end, I think him and Ram are going to split pretty early, but I think by the end, he's going to be that guy that we're looking for. Hey, we got a new super chat.
I hit 20.
20. Let's go.
This one coming in from T Hummel 17. Appreciate the super chat here. 10x10 Superflex League. Got one side with Goff, a Dunze, and a 2027 mid first. Other side with May and a second. I can hear it in the shadows.
There it is. Here's the deal, and you're gonna hate me, Snoog. Like, a lot of people are gonna like. Drake May is the Drake London of the quarterback position right now. Like, that's a haul right there. In 10 teams,
that's a haul.
Like, you're talking about Roma Dunze and Goff should be enough. But then you got a mid 27 first upgrade from the second. Like, I love the Drakes. I really do. You know what I mean? But sometimes they lose their rap battles, and this is what comes of it. You got to trade high. We've done this on all the Drake Londons and Drake May trades. Most of the time, it's just a massive overpay.
Yeah.
Last
all right,
one.
This one coming in. Matt Glore coming back. Appreciate the super chat, Matt. 12x12 again, super flex. CeeDee Lamb for a mid 26, 27, and 28 first. So I think this is still on that one where he was looking to maybe move off of CeeDee.
If this guy is truly a mid 26 first, then he's shooting himself in the foot. Like, he is just wrecking his team here for CeeDee Lamb. You do make him a little bit better. Snoog, I still want Roman 2 late first, though.
He said the offer was now just Roman a late 26.
Oh,
so I guess the guy backtracked a bit.
Nope.
What do you think Lamb's truly worth in terms
2.5 first?
Same. Do you think he's worth 3 late?
Well, I would rather have 3 late 26s than a late 26, a late 27, and a late 28. I hate waiting 3 years. That's
late,
so far. That's so far.
So you would do that though? So CD for the mid picks in the next 3 years?
Yeah, because his team's probably getting worse and worse.
That guy's team's just going to get continuously worse. So I would rather take the 28, take that off there, and get like a wide receiver that you can flip, or you can do something a little bit more with, or at least get something else added on. Casey got that last super chat in there. Rebuild Rice in a second or Ibuka in a first. My man. I love Rashee Rice, but it's Ibuka in a first all day long. Let's get that wheel going away. We're going to give away first one for a month of basic Discord, which you still get all the, in our patreon.com/smash accept. You will still get all of our advice. You'll get all of our content. And H-Ace is new to the show. Congratulations, brother. You are going to get a free month. You know what? You're new to the show. It's going to be a VIP month. Send me a DM or Snoog a DM. We're going to get you in there. The VIP is really what you guys want to be in. Like $5 for the basic. The VIP is $10, but you have a lot more detail in how Snoog and I break down your roster. You have guaranteed response times of 4 hours or less with me. You get different rooms. You're going to have access to us for start sits where the basics will not. It's going to be, that's literally the place you want to be right now.
Spinning.
Are we giving away 4? That's wild. That's wild. This close to the season, why not? Another person who's not in the Discord as well, Casey, just got in there. Casey, make sure you guys, if you guys can DM me or put the comment on YouTube, I will make sure we send that out. So that's 2. Let's do 2 more. P Tiger is already in there. What I tell everybody that's already in there is we're going to send you the link anyways. You can gift it to a friend and kind of go from that way, but we do not have access to give you a free month once it's already started. So just a good way to get another person, another friend involved and get them in there and tell them to Venmo you a couple bucks. There we go. Last one.
Give me a little kickback.
Yeah, come on. Let's get it done. Justo, I think he's won a couple times before, but never for that. He's actually won the placement to be in one of our other leagues, so I love that. Welcome, Justo. I'm excited to chop it up with you, not just on Twitter now, but we can do it this way. Guys, best place you can be right now for fantasy and dynasty fantasy content, patreon.com/smash accept. Go ahead, check that out today. That is, again, a shell. It is not the website. It is a shell to get you into the Discord. We're going to bring you all of our content in the Discord. Snoog and I have been cranking that thing like crazy. Someone's going to say pause again, but thanks again for tuning in and enjoy the process. When I get